What if I told you that one of the most tragic characters in Naruto wasn't a villain at all, but a boy who only wanted peace? Today, we dive into the story of Nagato Uzumaki, the man the world remembers as pain. His journey will make you question what true peace really means. Nagato's story begins in the Hidden Rain, a land torn apart by endless war. As a child, he lost his parents to Konoha shinobi, right in front of his eyes. Imagine being a kid and watching your entire world vanish in a single night. That pain would shape everything that followed. But Nagato wasn't completely alone. Alongside Yahiko and Konan, he found hope again. 3 war orphans dreaming of peace in a world that only showed them suffering. And then came Jiraiya. To most, he's known as Naruto's mentor. But years earlier, he was Nagato's teacher. He gave Nagato, Yahiko, and Konan the strength to survive. More than ninjutsu, Jiraiya gave them a vision, a belief that peace was possible. For a moment, Nagato truly believed it too. But power always attracts darkness. Obito, disguised as Madara Uchiha, twisted Nagato's pain. He convinced him that the world could only change through fear and suffering. And then came the day that shattered Nagato completely. Yahiko, the one person who carried his dream, sacrificed himself. That single moment broke Nagato, and from his despair, pain was born. After Yahiko's death, Nagato's heart shattered. That grief turned into rage. Hanzo, the so-called hero of the Hidden Rain, became the target of his fury. With the Rinnegan blazing, Nagato unleashed powers never seen before. He summoned monstrous creatures, crushing Hanzo's forces in waves of destruction. Chains of chakra tore through the battlefield, his screams of anguish echoing like thunder. Hanzo, once feared as unbeatable, was powerless. Nagato's despair had transformed into godlike strength, and with that power, he ended Hanzo's reign. But in destroying Hanzo, Nagato crossed a line. He didn't just defeat a tyrant, he became the new one. From that day on, the Rain Village bowed not to Hanzo, but to pain. But Nagato was no ordinary child. In his despair, he awakened a Rinnegan, the legendary eyes of the Sage of 6 Paths, eyes that could save or destroy the world. From that moment, his destiny changed forever. Taking the name Pain, Nagato became the leader of the Akatsuki. To him, peace could only exist through shared suffering. In his mind, pain became justice. Years later, fate turned cruel. Nagato faced his old master, Jiraiya. The man who once gave him hope was now his enemy. Their battle ended in tragedy. Nagato struck down his own sensei. Imagine the weight of killing the person who once believed in you. And then came his most infamous act. With one devastating Shinra Tensei.
Feel pain. Contemplate pain.
Why do I regret this?
Accept pain.
Reckless thoughts are
No
feeling
pain.
endless, sitting up I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious.
One who does not know pain cannot possibly understand true peace.
I hate being broken. I feel
I
like
will never forget Yahiko's pain.
emotion. Anger ain't a potion.
And now,
like lotion. I can
this
feel
world shall know pain.
scars have awoken. I can't
Almighty
push.
Nagato erased the Hidden Leaf Village. To the world, it was pure destruction. But to Pain, it was a message. Only through suffering could humanity change. But when the smoke cleared, a new force of will stood tall. Naruto, returned from training, saw the ruins of his home. Anger and sorrow burned in his eyes, yet his resolve never wavered. He would face pain, not just for the village, but for the future of shinobi. And then their battle began. It wasn't just fists and jutsu, it was ideals colliding. Nagato, wielding the godlike Rinnegan, believed suffering was the only teacher. Naruto, carrying the dreams of Jiraiya and his friends, believed in bonds, forgiveness, and hope. This was more than a fight. It was pain against hope, hatred against forgiveness, despair against belief. And in the ruins of Konoha, the fate of peace itself was decided.
And I stay dead. Maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares. Standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me one.
Naruto's words cut deeper than any blade. They reminded Nagato of Jiraiya's dream, of Yahiko's sacrifice, of the boy who once wanted peace. And in that moment, Nagato realized he had lost his way. With his final strength, Nagato performed Rinne Rebirth. He revived the villagers he had killed. It was his last act, not as Pain, but as Nagato. In death, he found redemption. Nagato's story isn't just about destruction. It's about loss, choices, and the thin line between villain and victim. His pain shaped him, but in the end, his sacrifice gave Naruto the strength to carry forward Jiraiya's dream. And that is Nagato's true legacy. So, what do you think? Was Nagato truly a villain, or just another victim of a world filled with hate? Let me know in the comments below. And if you felt this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Because next we're diving into another legendary shinobi.